World Economic Forum unveils mind reading technology that reports thought crimes to the police. This is the book of Ezekiel, the 28th chapter, verses 1 through 3. The word of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, power, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of the Most High, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man, and not the Most High. Though thou set thy heart as the heart of the Most High, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. Before I get started with this lesson, Lord's will, it's an edifying lesson. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and infinite glory unto the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash, double honors unto the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who do rule well and teach well. Shalom unto the elders and the elder bishops of Great Millstone as well. Shalom, shalom. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect and a hearty shalom to the sincere brethren laboring across the four winds of the earth, given diligence to make their calling and election sure. Shalom, shalom. So this is Brother Ashamath back at you with another lesson. Lord's will, it's an edifying lesson. And this lesson is going to go into this article I just found on thepeoplesvoice.tv. This article came out today. Today is April 11th, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, and a major prophecy that we're giving warning of, among many other things: the destruction of this wicked kingdom, the salvation of the elect, which is synonymous with the destruction. World War III, Jacob's trouble is the MOT to the B. And for anybody who's new, it may be your first lesson you're tuning into, that's the syllables, MOTB, that we use to give warning of a major prophecy that's in the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter and the 16th verse, which is called the Mark of the Beast, which is the RFID and NFC technology that goes in your hand or in your forehead. And this is the technology that our forefather John saw on the island of Patmos being rolled out, bit by bit and stage by stage. And it's a major prophecy that we give warning of through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, because it's something you need to know and need to have properly explained to you. Going into this article, which came out today, April 11th, 2024, we'll go back into Ezekiel 28 and other precepts going through a major portion of this article. We're not going to read the whole thing. It's a long read, but I'm going to get quite a bit of it because it's an interesting read. I read this whole thing this morning. World Economic Forum, the WEF, unveils mind-reading technology that reports thought crimes to the police. And that's Esau Edom. Let's go into 2 Corinthians real quick. Through his technology being transformed into an angel of light. Because through this technology, he's going to have the ability to, see what you're thinking, know where you are, so on and so forth, setting his heart, his mind as the mind of the Most High. He wants to be like the Most High. 2 Corinthians 11 and 14. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. And that's what Esau Edom is presenting this technology as, something that's good. It can help you walk again, see again, talk again, communicate with your family members after you're dead. It's a way of financial inclusion. It's a way to be safe. We know that you've been thoroughly inoculated with our elixirs that we've given people over the past 4 years because of the boogeyman in the closet, so on and so forth. Let's go back to Ezekiel 28 later. Let's get this first header, the first paragraph of this article, and a little more. The World Economic Forum has unveiled new mind-reading technology that they say will allow government actually goes into mind control, to report thought crimes of non-compliant citizens to the police. According to the distributing report by SF Gate, we may need to rethink freedom of thought, quote unquote, due to mind reading nano TECH. And that's something that was in that elixir that they gave people a couple years ago, including other things. The abominable Kool-Aid that they make people drink through fear porn. What I mean by fear porn, television, media, the Physicians of No Value, the WHO, the WEF, your local people out there in lab coats, the Job 13 and 4s, the physicians of no value. And that's what Esau Edom is, a pusher of pseudoscience and false information. Due to mind reading nanotech, I'll just read it verbatim. While the information reported Monday that AI is now being used to read the mind, leading to consequences from the data gold rush. Let's get some more. InfoWars reports during a 2006 congressional discussion regarding Electronic Surveillance Modernization Act, which was aimed at greatly expanding U.S. government surveillance powers, Congressman Pete Hoekstra, Republican member of the House Intelligence Committee, spoke to the concept of emerging technologies in the realm of intention understanding to scan the public for potential terroristic thoughts. And that's what they're going to present us as, domestic. We'll get this word right here. And brothers have been having constant visions and dreams, of Esau Edom coming in like a flood. And fret not, because the Lord's going to show up and show out. That's when the Lord's going to magnify his name and show his power. The Lord's going to defend this city, man. That means the house of David. That's in the book of Isaiah 37. We'll get that a little later. Our country needs to rapidly and effectively bring every intelligence tool to bear to find our enemies. This is what caught my attention when I read this. To find our enemies, and that's what we are. We're enemies of the NWO, of this government, because it's the modern day Roman Empire revitalized, and our forefathers, the apostles and so on and so forth, they were ultimately charged with sedition for prophesying against the ancient Roman Empire. And a lot of them were put to death, for that. Our country needs to rapidly and effectively bring every intelligence tool to bear to find our enemies and detect and understand their intentions and thwart their hostile and terrorist acts against our country and against our people, Hoekstra said. The congressman's goal of utilizing every intelligence tool to detect and understand targets' intention implies knowing what is being thought within the brains of whomever the government deems interesting. Interesting, right? While government officials discuss brain monitoring, the corporate world government at the World Economic Forum take interest in mind-controlling thought monitoring as well. Before we get Ezekiel 28 again, let's play a minute of this video. And we'll go into the scriptures and we'll get the last part of this article and we'll wrap it on up. Is this recording the sound? I hate when that happens. You do a whole video and the sound ain't recording. Slack it.
When you arrive at work the next day, a somber cloud. has fallen over the office. Along with emails, text messages, and GPS location data, the government has subpoenaed employees' brainwave data from the past year. They have compelling evidence that one of your coworkers has committed massive wire fraud. Now, they're looking for his co-conspirators. You discover they are looking for synchronized brain activity between your coworker and the people he has been working with.
Everything in that video that you just saw is based on technology that is already here today. Artificial intelligence has enabled advances in decoding brain activity in ways that we never before thought possible. After all, what you think, what you feel, it's all just data. These are ear pods that are launching later this year. These ear pods, much like the video you watched earlier, are ear pods that can pick up brainwave activity and tell whether or not a person is paying attention or their mind is wandering. When you combine brainwave activity together with other forms of software and surveillance technology, the power becomes quite precise.
And fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use. Fair use, once again. This is a video that's on a public forum already. So fair use, fair use, fair use. That's all I wanted to get. Let's go back to Ezekiel 28 and we'll get The first three precepts all over again. The word of the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai came unto me, saying, Son of man, say to the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, power. And the prince of Tyrus, that's synonymous with Esau Edom, who's in control of the modern day Roman Empire, under NATO, under the EU, and then America, which rides upon that system. Because thy heart is lifted up, your heart is your mind. And thou hast said, I am a God. And that's what Esau Edom wants to be. He wants to be a God, wants to be like the Most High. And through his technology, he thinks that he is a God, and a lot of people are going to ultimately fall for the banana in the tailpipe. I sit in the seat of the Most High, in the midst of the seas, in the midst of the people. Yet thou art a man and not the Most High, though thou set thy heart as the Most High. But behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. And Daniel was known for the amount of wisdom that he had. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. And through this technology and people taking it, they're going to actually be able to get inside, your neuron, your brain. That's what Neuralink is all about. Neura going into your brain and your neural system and linking it, to his technology. Now let's get Isaiah 36. Matter of fact, let's go right to the. Let's get Isaiah 30. And we'll go back to the article, but let's get a few precepts. Isaiah 30:1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that take counsel, but not of me, that cover with that covering, but not of my spirit. Because they're going to take the covering of Babylon the Great in this man's technology, running down to Egypt for help, that they may add sin to sin. And that's the mentality of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Seminole Indians, adding sin to sin constantly. This is a place that's ultimately a big melting pot, of abominations everywhere. A place of witchcraft and sorcery. Isaiah 30:2, that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. And Esau Edom is the modern day Pharaoh, the modern day Egyptian. And Egypt is synonymous with bondage. And to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Because when you take that MOT to the B, because all roads lead to the Charagma, this monetary system, the CBDC, it all leads to ultimately what the World Economic Forum and the wicked elite want, which is surveillance under the skin. Putting that technology inside you. Revelation 13-16. We'll go to Isaiah 36 next. Revelation 13-16. And it reads, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark. The word mark goes into the Greek word charagma, which is something that is physical. That Greek word charagma goes into charax, which is the delivering system, and the word charax goes into grapho, which means intelligence, writings, records, aka, everything that they need to ultimately surveil you and control you, And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that word forehead goes into the Greek word metapon, which is between your forehead. For anybody who's new.
Strong's G 3359, metopon.
Metapon. And what did Facebook change his name to? Meta. Connecting people basically to the metaverse, and slowly but surely merging man with machine and merging man with this technology that they want to put inside you, through AI, through video games and so on and so forth. Slowly but surely walking people into the gumbo pot, man, Social engineering. Now let's go to Isaiah 36 real quick. Isaiah 36. And this is when King Sennacherib sent his chief of staff, Rabshakeh, to give Hezekiah a message through Eliakim, just, in this proper context. And they were mocking and scoffing Jake, because they wanted to conquer the southern kingdom, but they weren't successful. And the Lord came through and showed up and showed out and sent an angel who eventually took down 185,000 Assyrians, And that's in the book of Isaiah, the 37th chapter. It's also in the book of Kings. It's also, I want to say, in Chronicles as well. This is Isaiah 36 and 6. And it reads, "Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed," because at the time Hezekiah wanted to make an alliance with the king of Egypt to go against the Assyrians. But Esau Edom, he's known as the modern day Egyptian and the modern day Assyrian. "Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, wherein if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him." And a lot of our people are going to round down to the modern day Egyptian. And if you go into this word hand, because that's what Esau Edom wants to do. He wants to pierce your hand and put that technology in it, or have surgery on you and put it inside your brain. He preferably wants to have it inside your brain, but he'll settle with the hand. It will go into his hand. And that word hand is cop, or cap. And that's what the MOTB is. It's cap, it's cap in the form of, it's not a means of peace and safety. You're ultimately setting yourself up for destruction, man. But he's going to present it as something that's good, and it goes into palm, hand, sole, palm of the hand, hollow or flat of the hand. And that's what Esau Edom wants to do. He wants to put that technology inside your hand, through the palm of your hand and pierce through it. That word pierce in the New Testament and Old Testament goes into to puncture, to bore, to perforate, to penetrate through entirely, And you have to have some type of, way to do that, or to put the MOTB inside you. Actually have to do that. Bore yourself with the NEEDLE, which is the delivering system, the Karax, to put that chip inside you, which is going to store grapho, intelligence, data, records, writings, information. Now let's go back into the article, and we'll get a little more from here. So it says, go down here. The field of magnetic resonance, imaging, MRI, and electroencephalogram, EEG, currently only measure brain activity but cannot decipher thoughts. That is changing with advances in function magnetic reasoning imaging, fMRI. Machines that can better monitor the brain and transrenical magnetic stimulation, TMS. Machines that can alter brain states. And that's super important why ultimately you have to understand what the MOTB is, and have it properly explained to you and understand and be able to identify it, you know what I'm saying? And ultimately know what it is, man. It's imperative. It's super imperative, because you have congregations out there who see this technology advancing and they're still saying it's sin. The sin has been around since the beginning of time. The beast system is synonymous with a certain brand or mark that they want to put inside you that's linked to the monetary system. It says no man can buy or sell. You can't go and buy and sell with sin. You can't go get a double cheeseburger, and say that I did and committed a sinful act this morning. Let me get a double cheeseburger with fries. The world don't work out that way. There's going to be a certain thing that you have to put inside your body or inside your brain that's going to allow you to buy and sell and be identified in this beast system. And this is what is being rolled out bit by bit. Government funding of studies such as one published by the Human Brain Mapping and funded by Intelligence Advanced Research Projects activity, seeking better to understand workings of the mind and how it thinks. The study offers new evidence that neural dimensions of concept representation are universal across peoples and languages. But the point is, they really want to put this thing inside you, man, and they're rolling this thing out bit by bit. Let me see. That's pretty much it. Yeah. The Defense Advanced Research Project Agency, DARPA, and the Department of Defense, formerly the Department of War, already announced plans to not just read, but to control the minds of society with NANOTECH, smart dust. So this technology is already here, and they're rolling it out bit by bit, man. Yeah, this is the point I was looking to get. Just as years before the MR into the ISA, caught myself, I almost said that word. Just as years before to the M to the R to the N to the N, M to the R to the N to the ISA, COV to the I to the dizzy. I got to use code words because they'll take down the video if you say those words exactly. Elixir. Gene therapy injections were released by news outlets reported the era of gene editing is here. What happens next is critical. The era of mind reading now is here as well. And what happens next is most definitely crucial, or most definitely critical. And that's ultimately why you have to be steadfast in your understanding, man, because you have to be able to understand what the MOTB is and have it be explained to you properly, man. And you have congregations out there who are playing, with the breakdown when they see these advances in technology and where they see this technology being rolled out and ultimately the advances in it, man. This is Sirach 5. I think it's 14. Yeah, Sirach 5 and 10. And it reads, be steadfast in thy understanding and let thy word be the same. Be steadfast in thy understanding. Let's go into the word steadfast. Steadfast. It goes into firm belief, determining or adherence. Yeah. Someone can be steadfast in a belief, an effort, a plan, or even a refusal, Whatever it is, it means that the person will calmly hold firm to the chosen position and follow through with determination. Let's go to Sirach 5 and 10 again. Be steadfast in thy understanding and let thy word be the same. Because there's only one true breakdown of the MOT to the B. And it's through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshai, what our apostles have been teaching for years, man. This is Isaiah. Let's go to Romans real quick. Romans 11 and 4. And it reads, but what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I reserve to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. And this is the modern day image, the modern day image of Baal, that MOT to the B, it's the modern day golden statue. It's the modern day, idol that they want you to bow to, man. And the Lord has reserved 7,000 men, a complete number of men who are not going to bow. Let's go to Isaiah 37. We'll close on out here. Isaiah 37. And 35. Isaiah 37 and 35. And it reads, yeah. Let's start with 33. Isaiah 37 and 33. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai concerning the king of Assyria. And that's Esau, Edom is the modern day king or modern day ruler in this empire, the modern day Egyptian, the modern day Babylonian, the modern day king of Babylon, the modern day king of Assyria, so on and so forth. Because all those ancient deities that were practiced and worshipped in those ancient kingdoms are all here in Babylon the Great with different names on them. He shall not come into this city, nor shoot an arrow there, nor come before it with shields, nor cast a bank against it. Against who? The hopeful elect. By the way that he came, by the same shall he return. And if you go into this account, his two own sons killed him, man. Sennacherib's own sons killed him, man. And that's what's going to happen to Esau Edom. His own friends, his own brethren are going to launch arrows over here to destroy this place, man. What I mean by arrows is missiles, thermonuclear missiles. The Russians, they're Edomites too. You know, all those European Union nations, they're going to hate the whore and burn her up with fire. That's going to be the lake of fire, which is America, that great whore, being set on fire, man, through thermonuclear missiles. Isaiah 37 and 34, by the way that he came, by the same shall he return and shall not come into this city, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. For I will defend this city and will save it for my own sake and for my servant David's sake. And for my servant David's sake, man. For the house of David's sake, man. You know, the scripture saying the Lord will keep us from the hour of temptation. Let's close on with that. Revelation 3 and 10. I'll read Isaiah 37 and 35 again. And it reads, for I will defend this city to save it for my own sake and for my servant David's sake. And if you keep on reading, the angel of the Lord went and smote 185,000 Assyrian soldiers, man. The Lord's going to do the same thing in this time when Esau Edom comes in like a flood. So fret not, fear not. The Lord is on our side, man. And if the Lord be on our side, who can be against us, man? Revelation 3 and 10, because thou hast kept the words of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. Will keep means preserve, reserve, keep as is, protect. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, be steadfast in thy understanding, and let thy word be the same. I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world. That world right here means orchimine. That means everybody. Everybody. It's like, but everybody, man, everybody. To try them that dwell upon the earth, man. So this is the hour of temptation coming near and near, as far as that MOTB being rolled out and being made, you know, something that's ultimately going to be put in your face in the form of, you know, life or death, or being ostracized from society. So let's read this header of the article one more time. We'll wrap on up. World Economic Forum unveils mind reading technology that reports thought crimes to the police. And that's Minority Report. You know, anybody who's familiar with movies, Minority Report and several other movies have been made about this type of technology. And this technology is being rolled out. It's already here, man. And it's something we have to give warning of, because you have new eyes and ears coming into this truth who haven't had these things broken down to them. So with that, I'm going to close on out. Lord, of you are edified or informed. And in closing, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash, double honors unto the head apostles of Great Millstone who do rule well and teach well. Shalom. And to the elders and the other bishops of Great Millstone as well. Shalom, shalom. And until next time, next lesson, next camp session, shalom, wa abba. Son. Shalom.